So folks, what happened in the news last week? Well, our very own saviour and grace, Mr. Sadiq Khan, he's sometimes a mayor, but other times he likes to cost the UK $65,000 on a self-imposed vanity trip, as so aptly phrased by the Daily Mail. And why did he go to San Francisco, of all places? To drum up business for the UK. You know, a simple phone call would have sufficed, Mr. Khan. Have you not seen The Dark Knight from 2008? I bet you haven't. And funny enough, I do mention that film because one of the other reasons Mayor Khan went to San Francisco was to drum up the ever-increasing film business in the UK, which I have no hopes for at the moment. If you see things like Bridgerton and other, well, how can we say, questionable content. Well, of course, we got the new Doctor Who to look forward to. God. But my message to Mayor Khan is this. Why don't you stay in the UK and resolve things like knife crime? How about that? And of course, something that Marvel going forward likes to perpetuate is the glamorization of knives in the movies. Dispense with guns because knives are less harmful and less impactful on the environment. But we are here on Variety's webpage. It is about Doctor Strange 2 in the multi-wokeness of madness. And it now Strange. It should have been Strange reigns supreme again. You see, they kind of missed out there. Of course, we do know that Doctor Strange in this movie is not the Sorcerer Supreme. It's my mate Wong, who didn't really deserve it, but hey-ho, this is what Marvel are doing now. So again, we should go over to Twitter. And what does it say here, which I thought was, oh no, let's actually get back to that in the end because that's pretty cringe. So, Doctor Strange 2 is the #1 movie in the world 2 weeks in a row. Like Doctor Strange 2 and then 2 weeks in yeah, whatever. Watch the global phenomenon now playing only in theaters. No, you can. I'm pretty sure you can sell the high seas for it. I'm pretty sure you can. And look, if you see the oh, it's all about wonder. Yeah, there's 3 moments of wonder. And I bet there's less than a few moments of Doctor Strange in his own movie, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, I have seen the spoiler scenes where you do see John Krasinski as Reed Richards, you know, head of the first family of Marvel, the Fantastic Four. It is pretty awful, I'll say that much. But here, we have this dude here called Michael Patterson, still thinking about how she single-handedly stole the show in Doctor Strange 2. Give Elizabeth Olsen all the awards. And I just tweeted to him and I said, no, how about we don't? And that we focus on the film that should have been a sequel to the original Doctor Strange about the lead character. But you know, you get idiots like him that the whole checkmark brigade, and they love to sit on their big mountainous throne and proclaim that yes, Elizabeth Olsen, who's not really the star of Doctor Strange, should get all the awards. It's pretty cringe. And yes, it dropped to 67% in its second week. It's a pretty massive drop off actually, and well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, you know, you can't deny the film hasn't done badly at the box office so far. In case you want a full account of what it actually made, I shall tell you here. Firestarter, I didn't have any hopes for that. I was hoping it was a rendition of the late Keith Flint's song with The Prodigy, but sadly it's not. So here we go. Here's a quick recap. In its second weekend of release, the latest installment of Disney's MCU universe has collected $61 million from North American theaters. Ticket sales plunged, however, 67% from its opening weekend, marking a steeper drop-off compared to recent MCU movies like Eternals, which declined 61%, Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Mungos, which declined 52% in its second weekend. However, it's a sizable decline. It's not surprising since Doctor Strange 2 is coming off the 11th biggest opening weekend in history with $187 million. But do we really care at this stage? Because people are getting sick and tired of the Marvel brand. Victoria Alonso has taken over, and that could only mean one thing: more wokeness, more trans representation, because that very same community of people aren't begging for it, and this is what we're going to have to put up with. And that is why, folks, like a professional wrestler, I am tapping out and I am just focusing on other things like physical media, making content like this for you, and oh god, yeah, I've got to watch a few more episodes of a show I haven't talked about in a while here, but when I do, that video will be less than, hopefully, 10 minutes long. So if you enjoyed this quick video today, folks, make sure you give it a mystical like below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if I were you, I would check me out on my next video.
I'm sure a businessman of your stature will understand.
I think, Mr. Fox, a simple phone call might have sufficed.
I'll make a deal with you. You prove you can hit something with him, and I'll tell Halleck it's safe to sell you some. Ready to give it a toss?
Absolutely.